Hello, wonderful people. I'm going to show you how to batch film your content in pretty much for the whole month in 2 hours. So it's a really, really good trick that I'll show you. I'm just going to make sure I'm streaming to the right channel. It's a little bit late tonight because I've had something on, so just jumping on now. So if you are struggling to get your content out for your video content, this is for. This is really fabulous for batching it. I myself, for my own personal content, need to do this as well. But this is something that with my clients, if they need to do it, this is basically a strategy that I let them know to do. If you're new here, my name is Melissa Mitchell. I own a marketing agency. We specialize in organic marketing. If you're not familiar with that term, that's using strategies that are free. So using every aspect of the algorithm, social media channels to help you get seen. If you're not using your social media as a search engine, you should be, because now social media is really like Google. People are using it to be found, and that's how your brand, should be found online. Is just like using Google. So gone are hashtags to be found. They're irrelevant. You can use a few of them on Instagram, but really they're not used for that purpose anymore to be found. It is really for being found via your copy. And video content is huge. I mean, all social media posts are searchable with SEO, but video content in particular has really reigned probably for the last 2 years. So I'll show you here how to batch your content, get the whole month out of the way in 2 hours. I'm going to flip over and share my screen. So I am using StreamYard. So I actually can't, I won't be able to see all of your comments there. And I am streaming to multiple different, sorry, actually, I'm not going to share my screen. I'm going to go to a different screen so I can read my notes. Luckily, I didn't do that because it's all really messy there. Okay, fabulous. So, yeah, I can't see your comments. So if you do have them, just list them below and I'll get back to them afterwards. That would have been a disaster if I just shared my screen then. So, yeah, wonderful. Lucky I didn't. Okay. So video content, as I've spoken in my lives before and, in my articles and that sort of thing, that it really has ruled. And that, of course, came in when TikTok came across from Musically, which is what it was called before, and really set the trend. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I always talk about TikTok. Really, whether you're on it or not is completely irrelevant. It sets the trend for all the other social media platforms. LinkedIn has finally caught up to this and now is featuring a lot more video content. You can actually see it on the feed now in your news feed. It's a lot more prominent. And if you are on LinkedIn, particularly from your mobile device, and you click on a video, what you'll actually notice then, there's two different feeds now on LinkedIn. And what you'll actually notice then is if you click onto a video, it will then only, from that feed, will only show you video content. Kind of like, I call it a scroll hole. That's not the technical term, but that's what I call it. So LinkedIn has caught up with video feed. As I said, TikTok sort of sets the standard of, I guess, the trends in all the other, social media platforms. So it's really important, basically, is what I'm getting at, is to have still plenty of video content. Yes, other forms of posts are still performing well. Static images, carousel posts, on some platforms, obviously image-based posts are still doing really well. So LinkedIn, you can still do that. Twitter, which is X, I don't know. I hate calling it X. I don't know. It just sounds like a dumb name, but I still call it Twitter. Obviously on Instagram, you can't do just an image-based post, but on Facebook you can, and they still work really well, but still have a really good proportion of your videos, your content videos. Okay, so I'm going to have to put these on because I can't read my notes. So mastering this. So how you can film 30 videos in just 2 hours. So a little bit of preparation goes into it, but it's actually not that hard to do. As I said, for my own personal content, I still am not doing this. I'm so busy with clients and I've got so many different plates spinning, but this is a strategy that I recommend to clients and recommend, obviously to other people in both my B2C and my B2B product. But if you can do this, works really, really well. I'm just getting back into a process of, because myself personally, I do have a B2B product, which is my agency. Then I've got a B2C product, which is my own personal brand. And this is where this strategy is probably more prominent. And it can work really, really well for you. You just got to sit down and do it. So first of all, you need somewhere to store this information. I use Monday. I find it really great for project management, but honestly, you don't need that. If you prefer Excel, I hate Excel personally. I hate Microsoft, full stop. But if you like Excel, if you like Google Drive, Google Sheets, spreadsheets, like whatever you like, it doesn't actually matter. It's got, it's completely irrelevant. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have somewhere to store this information, and you need, first of all of your hooks. So if you're not sure what they are, it's just your opening lines. So you have to understand consumer behavior. Again, I've spoken about this on my lives. People, they don't go past 3 seconds. Think about how you consume behavior on a phone. And yes, most people are going to consume your content on a phone. So those first 3 seconds, you need a really, really strong opening hook. So what I would do is go and generate 50 different hooks. You can use AI to do this. Just remember the input that you put into AI, the better input, the better output you're going to get. Yeah, so be really crafty with that. I've got an event coming up in November with a colleague, a connection of mine. We're going to be running a social media and AI event, so keep an eye out on my channels for that. We'll be opening the tickets for them, I think, at the end of September. So you don't want to miss that. We're going to teach you actually how to do this the right way, but you can also go back through my content because I talk about this. You can ask AI to generate the hook, but just as I said, remember, the better input you give to AI, the better output. I don't recommend just using AI to do all of your social media content. Absolutely not. You're not going to win with that. There's a million reasons for it, which this video is not, or this live stream is not about that. So, but yeah, get all your hooks. Those hooks need to be scroll stopping. They need to connect with your audience. They need to have the audience saying yes in their head for them to stop scrolling. So how can you get your audience to stop scrolling and to actually answer? That you've got to think about them, like what stops you scrolling. It's usually that they're saying yes in their head. Yeah, that is me. Yes, I do that. Yes, that is something that I want. That's what that first line needs to be. So first of all, get all your hooks lined up, 50 of them at a time, so that boom, 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 I know what my hook is going to be. And now we're going to get onto the topic. So one, you've got your hooks, have 50 of them ready to go. Not that you're going to be filming 50, you're only going to be doing 30 at a time, but you can rotate through these. So that's the first thing. So these hooks are I'm just reading my notes, are the opening lines or central ideas that will grab your viewers' attention. By having these laid out beforehand, it'll eliminate any uncertainty or hesitation, because quite often that is the first thing when you don't know what you're filming, is that you don't know what your opening line is. Now, I would make your videos no more than a minute, make them short, punchy, to the point, and that opening line, if you get that right, you're going to stop people from scrolling. Next, break them down into these 3 categories. Now, I do talk about content pillars a lot. I might call them something slightly different, but basically there's 3 different categories there. In this one, I'm going to be talking about your visibility content, then your community building, and then your social proof. I have called them different things before, but I'm just talking in layman's terms now. Obviously, when I go into a little bit more depth and I'm working with my clients, I'm talking about content that generates leads, converts demand, generates demand, converts demand, and then works on your brand loyalty. These are similar. It's the same sort of thing, but I'm breaking them down in layman's terms for you now to make it a lot easier. So the first one, now what you're going to do is have 3 sections that you're going to store all your ideas on them. And if you do want some ideas on generating content ideas, again, you can go back through my content. There's free software like Answer the Public, Ask Socrates. These are all great ideas. a little tip when you're doing your content, and again, I've spoken about this before, really understand what your consumers problem is and just solve it. That's it. I think it was last week, the article that I put out and the live that I put up. Actually, I didn't do a live last week, but the article that I put out and the topic that I put out, because I do these weekly, is understanding your consumer's pain point. If you can just solve your consumer's problem, that's it. There's your topics. Understand what their problem is and give them a solution, put it together. Fabulous. You are solving the problem. Don't put out content that you want to put out. Put out content that what your consumer wants to see and that you're solving a problem for. Let me just see there. Fabulous. Okay. So that's the main thing. So the first thing is visibility content. So this is where you want to share your opinion and address the key issues that your audience faces. This is your backbone content. It establishes the core of your brand's message. It's visibility content is designed to increase reach and makes a stance on important topics clear. So who do you stand for? Call your audience's problems out, understand what they're struggling with and solve it. As I said, really, really stamp out your opinion here, your point of view, make it so, so incredibly clear that people cannot surpass it. So that's the first thing. The second is community building content. So this type of content is aimed at, so it's also where I say it's generating demand for your brand as well. It's aimed at building trust and engagement with your audience. Engagement is key. I would trump engagement over followers any day. Your followers are not what is going to make your money. It's engagement. Okay. You can have 1 million followers. If they're not engagement, you've got a dead brand online. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they're not engaging, they're not buying. So it involves educating them on specific topics that you cover, perhaps in your services or your paid programs or your memberships. The goal here is to provide value and demonstrate your expertise. You are the authority in your niche. So this is where you want to demonstrate it. So educational value content. This is where you're building trust, as I said, and you're building that engagement by educating your audience and offering them value. So something that your brand is specifically known for, and stick to it and offer your opinion. The third is your social proof content. So this is where you showcase results. So your client successes. Now, if you are new and you don't have this yet, showcase your own success, your own brand. This is how I did this. This is how I got to this. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And of course, if you don't have those successes with your clients, you have to showcase something. So absolutely nothing wrong with showcasing your own. I would definitely go for that. So they're the first one. So how you would start is have all your hooks laid out, then start working through your content and make 10 videos in each. And so read your hook, boom, visibility content. You've got your 10 topics, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, do your videos. Next, so you've got your 10 hooks for those visibility content. Next, hook, community building content, 1 minute, hook, community building content, 1 minute, rinse and repeat, 10 of those. And then your social proof content, do the same. You've got your hook, film, hook, film, hook, film. Now, as a bonus, if you want to mix it up, another way that you can get content as well, and it'll save you time, is just go through your comments. So on any platform, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it doesn't matter. Go through your content and look for comments that people have left you, and you can make that into a video. Easy. So if you don't want to do 10 videos of those 3, maybe leave 2, or 4 or 6 videos to go through your comment section and reply. Now, some channels, I know, Facebook. Does Facebook have it yet? I think they do. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok have the ability to be able to hit reply on a comment and actually film it within the app. And then you can store it as a draft as well to a reply, to a comment. So you can actually, then you've got, another 10 videos or 5 videos, or depends on how many comments you've got. That's more content there. So if you sit down and batch this and you can store all of these in drafts, you're ready to go. Now, if you've done 30 videos, obviously there's 31 days in some months, you've got a video a day. Easy, done. and you can upload that every single day. So you can see that it can take you about 2 hours to do, maybe a bit longer if you want to edit it a little, a little differently. Perhaps you've got a VA that can do that for you. Then you've batched it, schedule it out, all done. And you know that this is content that people want to see because you're addressing their pain points, or you're actually just replying to comments that people have asked from your channel. So you know that they want to know this stuff. So after that, as I said, you've just got to edit it. You've just got to schedule it out. But the main thing here is, as I said, knowing your audience is essential. It's the most crucial part of your content. Don't make content that you want to make. Make content that your audience wants to know. If you follow these steps, you can really streamline your content creation process. You can then omni-channel it, have an omni-channel strategy, which means multi-channel. So you're able to get it out across different channels. If you want to tweak it to suit each channel, because TikTok has a different flair to LinkedIn, that's where your editing process can come down to making those adjustments. And of course, on channels like, LinkedIn and TikTok, they've got different things that are trending. So if you actually, on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, if you actually edit within the app, that is, so when I say within the app, so actually uploading that video natively, so adding it to Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and then editing it within the app, so what we call natively, you will be more favored by those platforms and get better reach. It's just the way it is. If you don't have time to do that, that's fine. Edit it in a central point like Canva, and then schedule it out. Sometimes, you've got to pick your battles. You can't do everything. LinkedIn doesn't have great editing features within the app, so I would just do that as a bulk edit and then just upload it. But if you can, as a bonus tip, edit videos natively within apps, you're going to get a lot more reach because the app believes, hey, they're making this video just for our platform. We're going to push this out to more people because they've made an effort. It's just what algorithms and platforms do. So if you can do that, even better. So that is it for tonight. I can't read anything else. Hey, Elsavine, how are you? So good to have you on. Hey, Donna, we need to do that catch-up, girlfriend. It's been far too long. I know we keep saying it, but we need to do it. Hey, how are you, Elsavine? How are you? Did you get onto Pinterest, girlfriend? Let me know. It's so wonderful to have you lovelies on. Thank you so much for joining. Now, as always, I do turn this into an article, and I will upload this onto LinkedIn for Sunday night. If you are not on LinkedIn, you can still access this article because I do have my settings set to public. That's a fabulous thing about LinkedIn. If you write an article on there, it's great for SEO and people can find you on Google. So I will be releasing that, but you can read that from any of my channels. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will upload this to YouTube as well. So thank you, lovelies. I appreciate you being on. Girls, I'll see you later, Elsavine and Donna. And of course, I'll check my other channels if you have left comments on there because I can't see them right now. So thank you so much. I need to go and I've got to film a couple of other things, but it has been wonderful having you on. Hopefully you got value from that. And as I said, I will put out the article on that on Sunday. I'll chat to you guys later. See you guys then. Thank you for joining. See ya. Bye.